You're not stuck, you're hiding. Every time the draft gets uncertain, you go back to something you already understand. The first page, the first paragraph, the safest ground. And you polish it so you don't have to move forward. You're not stuck because you're a bad writer. You're stuck because you think constantly tweaking what you just wrote is discipline. It's not. It's a loop. A very destructive loop, and it's eating away your creativity like a cancer. This video is not about editing. It's about avoidance disguised as editing. Want to escape this death spiral? Well, here's how. The loop you call progress. Welcome, I'm D.L. Hughes from velocitywriting.com. And here's a weird truth. You're not editing because the writing needs it. You're editing it because you don't want to continue. That itch you have to go back, well, it feels responsible, professional, controlled. But look closer. It shows up right when the next part gets uncertain, right when you don't know what happens next, right when the scene starts to wobble. So you retreat back to the first 10 pages, the safest ground you've already mapped. And you tell yourself, I'm refining. But you're not refining. You're avoiding forward motion. Psychologists call this a defense mechanism. Writers call getting it right. But, it's the same thing. You're protecting yourself from the risk of writing something bad by guaranteeing you never write something complete. And here's the cost. It's loss of trust in yourself. It's interruption, paralyzation, which means you never actually become the kind of writer who finishes their writing project. And here's the twist. The problem isn't perfectionism. It's mistiming. You're going to edit something that doesn't exist yet. And that creates hidden conflict inside you. There is a 3-stage pattern to writing well, and yes, I'm going to be mixing my metaphors here. First, you write a wild, crazy, flawed first draft as fast as you can, and you finish it completely. And it's like running naked through the flowers. Then, later, you revise. You rewrite the first draft. The plot shifts. The characters sharpen. You make the dialogue dance. You're like a jeweler, setting the stones in an expensive diamond necklace. Then, and only then, do you edit, checking word choice, grammar, and other elements of clear communication. And this part means that you're like a sweeper, cleaning up the grandstand after the big game. Writing the draft and revising it are creative work. Editing is just maintenance. Drafting first and revising seconds are the true creative core of the writing process. You want to protect that creative mind by not picking up the trash by simultaneously editing. Edit after the final revision. 2 minds, 1 page. There are 2 versions of you at your writing desk, the creator and the editor. The creator is fast, messy, impulsive with that first draft. And during revision, the creator is cunning and crafty. And here we see the editor is slow, precise, judgmental. Both are necessary, but never at the same time. When they overlap, something strange happens. The editor doesn't improve the work. It merely interrupts the creator, and the creator, constantly interrupted, stops trusting itself. And this is why you keep rereading those same pages, not because they need work, but because the editor is trying to take control too early. Think about Gustave Flaubert. He was famous for obsessing over sentences. What most people miss? Well, he separated drafting and editing with brutal discipline. Perfection wasn't happening mid-sentence. It was happening after the raw material existed. You're trying to compress both phases into one moment, and that's the real error. And here's where it gets expensive. Every time you polish a scene before the first draft is done, you're investing in something that might not survive. You refine a paragraph, you love it, you protect it. Then later, when the structure changes, you don't feel that you can cut it. Not because it belongs, but because you paid for it in effort. But now your draft isn't guided by truth. It's guided by your emotional attachment to something you wrote, but no longer fits. And that quietly ruins the entire book. Hey, if you're getting fresh insight, please like and subscribe and hit the bell symbol for new video notifications. And remember, your comments are always welcome. Now, here's the shift that unlocks everything. You're not building. Uh-oh, here goes the metaphor mixing again. You've been told writing is like building a house. Well, it's not. That metaphor is killing your momentum because builders need precision early, but writers don't. You're not an architect. You're a miner, not a young person, a person who digs in the soil. You're extracting raw material from the ground, and raw material is supposed to be ugly. It's unshaped, uneven. No miner stops mid-excavation to polish the rock. That would be absurd. But that's exactly what you're doing with your first draft. You're trying to make ore look like jewelry before you even know what or how much you have. Professional writers don't aim for clean first drafts. They aim for complete first drafts because completion gives you leverage. Without it, you're just circling the airport and never landing. So here's the constraint, the one that changes behavior instantly. You are not allowed to improve a sentence until you have something to improve, which leads to a simple system, but don't overcomplicate it. Call it velocity. First, the placeholder protocol. If you get stuck on a detail, a name, a description, a piece of research, don't stop. You write something like fix later in brackets, and you keep moving. Second, the 24-hour firewall. Once you finish a session, you don't reread it for a full day. Not a peek, not a tweak, because distance silences the editor and it protects the creator. Third, volume over beauty. Set a daily word count, not negotiable, not dependent on quality, because quality comes from shaping in the revision phase. not from hesitation in the drafting phase. And here's a question I'd like you to answer in the comments. Where do you loop the most? Is it the first page, the first chapter, or the first act of your work? Because that's where your avoidance lives. The ugly draft truth. Here's the part most writers won't tell you. The ugly first draft isn't a phase you pass through. It is a skill you build. It's the ability to tolerate imperfection long enough to reach truth, because writing isn't about producing clean sentences. It's about discovering what the piece actually is. And discovery is often chaotic. So if your draft feels messy, disconnected, even embarrassing, hey, good. That's exactly what you want. Raw ore from the mind that you can refine into gold. And that means you're finally writing something real. The loop you've been in, it's not about standards. It's about fear of seeing what happens if you don't control everything. That kind of perfectionism is a curse from hell. When you try to control too early, it kills the very thing you're trying to create. So separate the roles. Let the creator run fast. Let the editor arrive later. And most importantly, finish something, because finishing isn't the reward of good writing. It's the condition that makes good writing possible. Hey, thanks for watching, and if this helped, watch the next video to keep your writing moving forward. Have a great writing day.